Adding a point, what I feel is that, like, whatever you see outside you, it's just you who perceive it. Like, a situation which happens outside you, each person might perceive it in a different way, because they perceive from whatever they are having from inside only. So any situation, any incompletion, whatever, when they think that there's some incompletion, when they associate themselves with some sort of incompletion, then only they'll be even able to perceive it on another person. Like, for example, a baby can never perceive what exactly anger is and all, whereas another person who usually, like, some other person might be able to easily perceive anger because they're continuously getting angry and all. So what I feel is, whatever is inside you, you'll only find it, and you'll just perceive it from outside. That's why when you just alter the space inside you, even things around you also gets altered. I just want to share a story about it. There's like, once when Akbar and Birbal, when they both will be like walking, they'll see a person just sitting, and somehow this Akbar will feel so agitated and somehow feel some sort of anger towards that person who's simply sitting. So then he'll just tell this to Birbal and they'll go off. Then after a few months, again they come back to that place, and there's Akbar finds that person sitting in the same way again. But this time, instead of feeling that hatred towards him, he somehow felt so happy. Just by seeing him, he just felt some kind of love towards him. So he asked Birbal, like, what exactly is behind this? So Birbal explains that that time, after that incident, Birbal might have gone, like, he went and spoke to that person, and he found out that it was a sandalwood merchant, and he was feeling very bad because his business and all was not going fine. So the moment he saw the king, he thought, oh, when the king dies, all my sandalwood at least will be useful for him for the rituals and all. So he'll start having such thoughts towards that king. So immediately at that point, Akbar will start feeling that hatred towards that person. But whereas after some time, Birbal will go, so use all the money and purchase all the sandalwood from the sandalwood merchant, and to make different furnitures. So now, when the second time these two went to see that person, Akbar felt so happy seeing him, because that sandalwood merchant would have felt so happy, and he'll be continuously blessing the king for making his job easier, and because he got so much of profit and all. So if you see in this whole situation, just because that sandalwood merchant, when the thoughts inside him was just changed, the thoughts which Akbar had towards him, the feeling which Akbar had towards that unknown person was also just changed. So when whatever we carry inside, only we'll be able to perceive from outside. So when the space inside is just altered, same way when the outside thing will also just be altered.
My name is Sławek. I live in Warsaw, the capital of Poland. And I run BKS Iyengar Yoga Center there for last 30 years. And this is my first inner awakening. I want to relate a story how my inner awakening happened, how the main obstacle has been removed, which for most of you it is money or time, but for me it was not. It was being saved from the cruel death in a terrorist attack, or being injured. So when it happened in March this year, when the winter is getting very long in Europe, we are trying to come out, and we go to one country. I selected one country, Tunisia, and there was a very good offer of package tour, sightseeing tour, dirt cheap, the last minute, and I was going to that, trying to get to that tour for 3 years. So I said, okay, this is the time I'm going to. So when I was ready to pay online for the trip, I got a sudden, unexpected, very powerful thought came to me that I should go to Bidadi and meet Swamiji for the first time in my life, to spend 1 week in the ashram. And so instead of buying that trip, I bought a air ticket, and within 4 days I landed in Bidadi and spent a wonderful 1 week there. And I got in touch with ashramites and banyan tree, and it was a blissful experience. And 3 days after leaving the ashram, the news broke out. International news. The Muslim terrorists massacred foreign tourists in Tunisia. And it was exactly the same day, the same place. And the same Polish company, and the same batch I was going to. And this bus was the first one on the parking. It was the worst hit. And when I heard about this, I was just in such a joy, and because I was still in a joy from Bidadi, and the waves of joy and gratitude was popping up in me. And I listened to the survivors' stories, and they were being killed like rats. You know, they went through such terror. 24 people have been killed, and many more dozens have been injured. So I thought, wow, this is, and it was just killing my main pain root pattern, which is not being taken care of the universe, because I do so much for the people, but the universe doesn't do so much for me. So it really healed my my pattern to some, and you just can imagine how I felt and how grateful I feel. I'm not able to convey it in words. And so I think my death have been postponed so that I could come and take a graceful process in Varanasi, death process gracefully.